10 MMA fighters who got instant karma. 10 MMA fighters who got instant karma. Do you think that the law of karma is true? If yes, would you like to see where these laws work? And what if we tell you about some instant karma? Well, it may best happen in the fighting game. And what is better than an MMA fight? So welcome back. All of these questions will be addressed in today's video. Now, without any further ado, let's jump into the video. MMA, or mixed martial arts, is a combination of matches organized as an event. In these events, people from different fighting backgrounds take part. Since it is a combination of all martial arts, it is a bit more dangerous than any other fight that we usually watch. A number of stories are famous about these matches. They allow fighting till the last breath, so fighters sometimes get severely injured. A report even says that around 6 people have been killed in MMA matches. Now you can easily understand the damage caused by this sport. There are a few matches in which one player did something, but he instantly gets paid for what he did. Gallagher versus Bandejas. Back in 2018, Gallagher and Bandejas were fighting with each other. Gallagher was pretty confident about the match. When the match was on its way to start, Gallagher also gave a speech warning Bandejas. He literally came close to Bandejas and started to yell at him. But when the match started, Bandejas got a chance to give back what Gallagher was saying about him in the last few days. He kicked him down in a move, and Gallagher became unconscious. Later, Gallagher admitted that the kick was so severe that he left his consciousness for just a moment. He even claimed that he had lost his mind and didn't know what he was doing in the match. He later watched the video of the match, and Gallagher became the winner of the match.
Brown, these are heavy shots he's landing. Big shots, he goes out. Full knockout victory for Ricky Bandejas.
Harding versus Sagas. The match was held between Harding and Sagas in 2017. When the match started, Harding was not showing any interest in the match. It was looking as if he was taking the match as a joke, and he could win the match without any effort. He was swinging his body, followed by a kick. Then, he took a rest for 2 minutes. He followed this trick for 1 to 2 moves, and then Sagas took the advantage of the gap between the 2 moves made by Harding. He knocked him down and kicked him so hard that he was unable to get up after that.
Oh, we're getting a bit corner out of him. And he's hard to count it there. Oh!
So again, a lot of showboating by Joe in this this sec to follow it up. Again with the jab.
Oh! This always sinks!
Chalmers versus Browning. The fight between Chalmers and Browning was in 2019. Chalmers was relatively new to MMA. He didn't have much idea about things. When he knocked out Browning for the first time, he thought he had won the match and started to celebrate. But in the 3rd round, he was severely knocked down by Browning. He didn't get time to understand the situation, and unfortunately, he got knocked down. Chalmers later said that he thought he would definitely win the match, and thus he didn't pay any attention later. This became his biggest mistake, and unfortunately, he lost the match.
At that moment, there, nice little move. And as they broke there, and then Chalmers with the right hand, the combination to his feet, throwing wildly himself. Chalmers needs to be careful here. Big swings from Browning, but Chalmers, and he is as tough as marble. And again, he looks to. This is a better position. Hit him with a beautiful heel hook. Just brilliant. Just brilliant.
Silva versus Weidman. We all know that Anderson Silva likes to show off a little bit, but his show-off paid him back this time. He was knocked out at the last moment by Chris Weidman. And later, Weidman literally made the statement that it is true that he was a great fighter, but now it is the time for him to go back home and take a rest. The match was won by Weidman, and he definitely celebrated it as a grand victory, but Silva didn't accept the results and requested a rematch. Whatever be the further story, it was proved that no one is greater than time. Everyone gets knocked off in the game. This is life. These statements were made by Weidman after winning the match.
Remember the last time we saw Anderson taunt an opponent like this was Damian Maia. And he put on a show for the first few rounds and then completely coasted for the last 2. Head kick. The speed difference. Yeah. Wow, he tried a crescent kick on him. Anderson. Oh, no, he got hit! Look at the finish him!
Sato versus Ivy. The fight between Sato and Ivy in July 2013. Before coming to the match, Ivy was making a number of statements. He was on his way to proving himself the best fighter in the world. He has the best leg lock technique. He was pretty confident before the start of the match as well. When the match started, he was doing good moves, but somehow he got unbalanced and fell. Sato took the chance and hit him hard in his head. He got seriously injured, and the match didn't even continue for more than 1.5 minutes. The dream of becoming the best fighter was postponed for the next match. Doesn't matter whether he was able to prove himself right or not, the karma had paid him back in this match. Junio versus Lindsay. Junio and Lindsay were fighting with each other in 2012. The fight was similar to any other fight in MMA. The match was going fine for the first 2 rounds, but in the 3rd round, Lindsay got overconfident and opened up his arm to invite Junio. He took on the opportunity and kicked him in the jaw and finished the fight with punches in his mouth. Lindsay becomes unconscious and Junio won the match. This clearly symbolizes that a person should not celebrate the winning or become overconfident until the match is over. Diaz versus Silva. Diaz and Silva held the match against each other in January 2015. They were fighting well, but Diaz got knocked out by Silva this time. However, after the match, they both cheered each other up and everything went fine. Reyes versus Powell. In June 2017, Reyes fought against Powell. The fight was going on well. They were giving each other mild kicks, but suddenly Powell took a pause to turn his head. Reyes took the chance and hit him in his head, knocking him down. This was a case where you should drive safely, but one mistake led the fighter to get knocked down for the whole match. The whole course of the match gets changed just in a second with just one little mistake. Paul Jarez versus Marquardt. Paul Jarez is one of the best leg lockers in the whole world. It always remained a key point in his matches. No one was ever able to escape from his leg lock, so this move always gives Paul Jarez strength and energy. But not in the match with Marquardt. Marquardt was caught on in his signature leg lock move, but somehow he managed to escape the lock. Paul Jarez was completely dumbstruck. Marquardt took the opportunity and gave him repeated punch on his head. Though Paul Jarez claimed that this was not fair and he called the referee, but before anything could happen, Paul Jarez was knocked down. Marquardt won the match. He later even said that the way he fought was not a part of his fighting and he hadn't made any plan for it, but when he got the opportunity, he tried to give his best. Solomon versus Chabi. Solomon was pretty confident when he entered the match. He was dancing and meeting with his before the match. By looking at him, anyone could imagine that he was not taking the match seriously or he was overconfident about the match, but it didn't continue for long. Chabi grasped him from his abdomen and gave furious punches in his mouth, ending the match in just 9 seconds. Solomon didn't get severely injured, but he was unable to get at that moment. This fight made both fighters famous in MMA. Later, Chabi claimed how the game of just 9 seconds changed his whole life. He became a freaking superstar in just 9 seconds. So, this was all about this video. I hope you liked the information given in the video. If you have anything on your mind, feel free to comment down below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get more videos like this. Also, hit the bell icon to get the notification of the latest updates in the channel. Thanks for watching!